Here comes the nasty gram.
Send a priest to save my soul, forget it.
Welcome back to the Nasty Gram RPG podcast. This is Cyberpunk Red Rising, Episode 3, Repo.
Feeling it too hard is the poison to the heart of a sick redemption.
A corpo zombie in a straight suit pulls an agent out of their pocket. They quickly input a password and text appears on the screen. He looks up, then back down to his agent, and he reads, "Attention, red, dash, switch, dash, do not engage. Netrunner, Ronin Security. Disable recording software in Delamain/Combat Cab applications. Disable security and surveillance hardware when not directly attended. Update all systems and firewalls daily. Report activity to Bletchley Bonds and Insurance Recovery for analysis and surveillance. All rewards final."
On screens across the city, the face of a young man appears excitedly on the newest streamer threads. His features are aquiline, his lower jaw is a bright, smooth chrome. He has high cheekbones and an angular nose with a red LED line down the middle. He has two glowing pale blue LED eyes that flash to the camera and then back to the throngs of panicked people behind him. He's speaking quickly and waving over his shoulder as his video drone flits around him. His voice must be mic'd directly to the camera because people are clearly screaming. The audio. "Coming at you live. It's Live Wire, and it's chaos at the Coliseum. I peaked none other than Surratt, the billboard bad boy, in the arena with the city's gladiator guru." The camera zooms in a few times with an image of Surratt in the arena. "What's the message here from the activist? Has he dropped the spray can to make a fist? You be the judge." The camera records the remaining fight, and the feed cuts out. Welcome, everyone, to Cyberpunk. My name is Dan, and I am your keyboard cowboy. Joined with me are...
What's good, fam? Matt here. I'm back playing Mr. the Dancing Gunslinger Bad Boy.
Hey, this is Devin, and I'm playing Switch, the Netrunner, in and out in a flash drive.
Hey guys, this is John. I am playing Yuri, your angel from above.
And this is Jake playing Surratt, artist and activist and edgerunner.
Where we left off last week was that the four of you had recently pulled off, or almost immediately, had pulled off a heist at the Coliseum. You were looking for a file that had video footage of a fight, an underground fight that Guru had run. And you had managed to extract it, but also making a rather large splash in the Coliseum on your way out. And
even Livewire's talking about it.
Even Livewire, who was apparently at the fight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he had some footage that's being splashed out to the public. And now the four of you are exiting the building in various ways. And let's say that you have sort of gathered yourselves on the kind of the outskirts of the mob that has left the Coliseum. There are people everywhere. A lot of people are talking. A lot of people are on their agents, as they call them in Cyberpunk, which is just another word for your cell phone. A lot of people are... Some people are more hysterical than others. Other people seem to be very nonplussed. The four of you are kind of moving through this group, making your way to the outskirts, and need to figure out what to do next. Right now, you have that file. You need to find out the information that's going to tell you where that fight took place, because in the background of that fight, there was some sort of door or some sort of gate that had been sealed off that the Baron, who is your sort of benefactor and agent in terms of missions and getting EBs, he had requested that you find that location and you find any information pertaining to that company and what could be behind those doors.
An extra 90K for anything recovered of significance.
That's correct. The four of you have now kind of reached, as I said, that perimeter of the crowd. You know, like when you're in high school and the fire alarm went off, how you'd all kind of just mosey out of the building until you were kind of standing around. That's sort of what's happened here. Yuri, your agent rings.
He picks it up. Yes.
It's Baron, and you hear, "The Screamer reports, my good man, while entertaining, is also very revealing. Bring this to my doorstep and we are done. As stated in Article 4, subsection 3 of our contract, of course. You understand, it's just business."
We understand.
Good. Report back when you have something substantial, yes?
Will do.
The agent clicks over. He's hung up.
Yuri looks at the three of you, says, Baron wasn't impressed by our display. He doesn't want any trouble heading his way. So we need to be careful in this next step.
Wasn't impressed. There's 25,000 people watching this right now. And he turns his agent over and it's Livewire's live stream.
What? Did he just say my name? That is awesome. Oh my God. No, guys, really, this is great. No, it's not. He didn't even catch me. I didn't even. Fuck. Well, I told you to get in there with me, man. You got to get on the floor with that guy. Think I wanted to be in the ring with Goru alone?
It's all well and good, Rat and Mister, but Baron is a private man who doesn't want this excitement getting back to him.
This isn't going to get back to him.
I know.
Look, Goru doesn't want anyone to know about the stuff he's doing on the side. It's not gonna be public knowledge.
As he's saying that, Yuri, you have a very high kind of perception, passive perception, right?
Yep, 21.
You, in your training, being out in the field, being a sniper, you've already taken up a position where you can kind of have eyes on the crowd and what's coming. And you can see like sirens or flashing lights coming from one area. And then you can also see a flood of security coming out of the Coliseum, clearly looking to comb through the crowd and try to track down the full or any of the known people that they just saw cause complete mayhem in the Coliseum.
We need to get out of here. Now.
I have a place we can go.
Yeah, we definitely can't go to my place.
All right, let's go back to yours, Switch.
No, someplace else. If we're going to take a look at this stuff, we do it somewhere where a lot of people pass through. Be harder to follow us, track us. This Goru guy, I don't know, but he had security on his programs. And only through the quick glance that you had, because there were such time constraints while you were in the building. I had to brute force it. I had to jack in and do it manually.
The videos were viewable, but the metadata is encrypted.
Okay.
So you will need to spend some time decrypting that information on the actual video file in order to pull the GPS data.
I'm going to need some time, though. All right, there's a place I know. It's a little club, we'll say. They do the sort of entertainment that we're talking about. It's called Ether. This way.
You guys are in a sort of a weird area of the town, or city, I should say, in Night City. The Colosseum was in a former industrial zone. It had been carved out of one of those large oil tankers that used to be used for filling oil back in the days when that was a thing. And as you have pushed your way to the outskirts of the crowd, a lot of people have been hailing cabs. I assume you guys jump in a cab in order to get out of there?
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay.
Look as normal as possible.
Yep. Cabs range in sizes. There's a variety of different transportation vehicles that you can use. And you guys kind of climb in. The four of you get into the back seats of one of the longer cabs and start pushing your way through the city. It's pretty quiet in this part. A lot of the businesses are closed, and you're heading towards a much livelier part. And as you're in it, there's cameras and screens in throughout the cab, and the cab actually identifies you, Surratt. It says, "Welcome, Surratt," and starts advertising different spray cans to you.
Nice.
Different options. And Yuri, if I'm not mistaken, you're actually dead, right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm legally dead.
Legally dead.
Yes.
All right.
And it does the same. That sort of facial recognition and tracking, advertising kind of pops up as you guys ride along through the city.
Switch's leg is like he's like tapping his heel. His leg is bouncing.
You guys hear the shaking of a spray can, and then I take off my jacket and start painting over my like logo. The rat on the back, there's a rat with like a top hat and a cane, and I like start painting over it. I put like a skull or something.
Open the fucking window, choom shit.
And then I open the window just so that I can like hold it out the window to like dry it off. And then I put it on and I like put my hood up and like kind of pull the strings to like hide my face.
The cabbie is in one of those, doing those things that I'm always amazed. Sometimes you'll get into a cab and someone's just talking to someone nonstop while you're riding.
Like the Uber drivers or whatever. They're like on their like Bluetooth. Yeah.
Yep. And this cabbie is no different. Nothing has changed in 40 years.
He's day trading.
I always think, I'm like, who the fuck wants to like be on the phone with someone who's like driving a fucking cab all night? Like, don't you have anything better to do?
Yep. The cab has come to a stop at a red light, and he's chatting away, and then he stops, and you see him kind of looking up through the glass, and he says, "Fuckity fuck." He opens the door and runs out.
Yuri immediately like opens the door, looking back where he was looking.
The whole front end of the car is crushed, while the back end of the car, where all of you, seesaws up as a four-legged mech drops onto the front of the hood of the car.
Oh boy!
Oh,
you see the aerolite up above that he was obviously looking at, as two repo bots, as they call them, drop to either side of the vehicle. You hear, "Do not resist. You are under arrest per Article 27, Section 3 of the Destruction of Property. Article 42, Section 12B, Inciting Panic and Terror. Article 4, Section 2, Unsanctioned Manslaughter."
There's a gunshot as we see from outside the car. That sunroof, that window on the top is just blown out by a pocket rocket 38 Magnum.
Yeah.
And behind that first couple of bullets comes a foot, and Switch is trying to take off.
All right, you're piling out. Why don't everyone make initiative rolls for me? And sorry, with Yuri 14, Switch 21, Mr. 19, and
7.
7 for Silver.
I guess this is. I probably can't vanish because we're in the car. And we were kind of surprised. So,
All right. Looks like Switch, you're first. Why don't we say that kind of with your initiative round, you were able to draw your weapon, fire those few shots, punch the glass out, and now you have a clear exit.
Okay.
There is a giant four-legged mechanized droid on the front of the vehicle. So you're almost eye level with it when you pop your head out.
I realize the situation that I've just put myself in. And I am going to I'm gonna try and grab some cover. Maybe let the big guy get out first.
You pop your head out and then immediately go
Nope.
pop it back down and into the vehicle. All right, that would leave.
Can I do like a knowledge check on this mech?
Sure.
Can I, like in that brief moment,
Yep.
maybe I've seen them before. I have points in mechanics. I have points in security.
Why don't you make a
Streetwise.
security one for me?
It's my best score. And I got a 10 total.
How about this? The logo that it bears, you know that it's part of a high-end insurance company. So this probably relates to Guru, and he's told them that something has been taken from him, and they've been able to piece together very quickly, probably through the advertising, that Surratt was both at the Coliseum and now in this vehicle.
It's him. He found us.
No shit.
They're Repo bots. I don't remember if they have weapons.
Why are we not running?
It's Mister. You're up next.
Switch looks at Mister.
Now that the vehicle is open to the outside, you can hear the robots off, and it sounds like it's ascending again. It's moving away from you.
Okay. Mister is gonna look to his left, look to his right, see both Reaper bots out of each sides of the door, reach into the pockets of his jacket, pull out Jane and Fonda, point one out the window, and just open up.
Go for
Does a 17 hit?
it. Yes, it does.
And then they both hit. That's going to be damage on one. Jane, which is in the right hand, is going to do 5 damage, and Fonda in the left is going to do 8 damage.
Okay.
And then bonus action,
Yep.
I'm going to disengage out of the sunroof and just yell, "Start fucking running!" And he's going to dip.
All right.
Run out over the hood of the crushed
Yep.
SUV and start making
You
his way
actually
out.
end up you pull yourself up through that skylight, and you run out off the back
Okay.
because sitting on the front of the car is this enormous, probably about 9 foot tall. It almost looks arachnid-like. It's got 4 legs that it moves on, and then it has 2 upper arms that it uses to grab.
Oh yeah, then off the back. Definitely off the back.
Definitely off the back.
some Ghost
All
in the
right.
Shell shit.
Very similar, yeah. Yuri.
Yuri takes the cue and he says, "You need to find an alley, get in, reduce their advantage with their hover vehicle," and he'll do the same. I'm gonna bonus action. Am I actually engaged or like 5 feet or?
You are both of the smaller kind of called repo bots on
Yeah.
either side are, I'd say, about 10 feet to either side of the vehicle where they landed,
Okay.
and the other one on top. If you go through the skylight, you might get attacked, but Matt's already made his way through there, or Mister has. So, yeah, you're outside of 10 feet. I would
Yep.
say.
So yeah, I will. I'm gonna dash. I get an extra 10 feet, and I ignore difficult terrain. So he basically, like, in one single motion, just lifts himself out through the sunroof and kind of rolls out the back onto the asphalt, and pulls his SMG out from under his coat, and just takes some shots at the Reaper bot on the right, I guess.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna keep running after that. But let's see. 15.
That's a miss.
And can I do like a search? I have Eagle Eye, so I can search action for free.
Sure.
Can I like look for a tight alleyway that we can start heading down?
Yeah, make a roll for me.
That is a 23.
Okay. It's pretty obvious there are a number of different ways off of this street. It's just going to be, I think the one that jumps out to you the most is one that will be a pretty tight fit for the larger
Yeah,
of the three bots.
Yeah.
And it's probably about 30 yards from you, diagonally across the street behind you.
Yuri yells out, "This way! Come on, follow me!" and takes those shots, kind of covering fire as he runs full speed. So I'll dash and run. So it's 70 feet
Okay.
away from the car.
You actually run past Mister as you move towards that choke point.
Yep.
The big guy, the two that are in the vehicle, that's Switch and Surratt. The first thing that you notice is the roof being ripped off, and then the second one, Jake, high or low?
Hi.
One. The second one is an arm that reaches through and grabs you, Switch. Want to make a grapple check for me?
Yeah. 8.
Not going to do it. You are officially grappled as this 3 kind of fingered robotic arm reaches in and plucks you from the back of this vehicle.
Cool.
Give me the phone.
And Surratt, you're up next.
Well, him getting grappled is kind of fucked up. This plan. The two little ones haven't gone yet.
They have not.
All right, I'm going to climb out that out of the convertible, the now convertible, up onto the hood. So kind of right below the big one.
Sure.
And I'm actually going to try to like go between its legs.
Yep.
So I'm going to basically go right below it. I'm going to dodge. I'm going to yell, I've got Guru's phone. I'm trying to get the attention of this one.
Okay. It's always odd with robots, right? Their torsos are facing one way, but their heads turn another. And they both track on you below. And is that your turn? Okay. It is now the smaller of the two bots. Both of them move with pretty startling speed towards you underneath this robot. One of them actually seems to try to attack you, Devin, even though you're kind of in this grasp. It's doing a move that it has that's called Cuff 'em. And it's going to cuff you. So if you can make a grapple check with disadvantage.
Cuff 'em, boys.
I got an 11.
All right. So as your arms are sort of pinned tight as this monstrous kind of mech has grabbed you, you can feel this kind of cable wrap around your arms and your torso.
The gun falls out of my hand.
Yep. It kind of cinches tight enough to be painful, but not enough to obviously really kill you.
Cut me in half.
Yeah. And you can do actions, but the combatant cuffed has disadvantage on any attack roll or ability check that it uses
Okay.
for hands. So you could run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Except that you're in its claw.
The other one, Jake, is going to do a similar. It kind of tries to spear tackle you.
Okay.
It doesn't have very much regard for its own personal safety.
It's disadvantage.
Yep. 16.
Miss.
Okay.
So I'm going to use redirect.
Okay.
And make it attack the big one.
It clips into one of the legs, and it does.
So I'm dodging between the legs as it spear tackles me. It just smashes into this thing's legs.
Yep. All right. Top of the round. Switch. You're in a tight spot. Tight spot, buddy.
Bit of a bind.
Literally. Yep.
Dan, is this one of those fights where we're supposed to give up?
Nope. Nope. I'll let you know when that happens.
I rolled my to try to sort of recall anything about these robots. I actually have advantage to recall information as a mastermind.
Okay.
I do want to know if these things have any lethal weapons.
Sure. I'll give it to you as part of your mastermind. While they're the big guy could crush you to death, serial crusher. The smaller ones pretty much have they can do unarmed strikes as well.
Yep.
But they're pretty much known to use their tasers and then their cuff 'em
I don't want to get
procedures.
tased.
So that's their general they're sent here to recover you.
Yep.
Not necessarily to kill you outright.
I'm gonna try and get out of this claw.
Okay.
I don't want to get crushed. I feel like I can get away with a little help from my friends.
Yeah,
So
sure.
I have disadvantage on this ability
Yep.
check.
Yep.
Ugh.
6
He rolled a 6, but gives him a 12.
plus.
Holy
okay.
shit.
Help!
22 strength, no big deal.
Excuse me, 11. So, all right, so you kind of squirm and wriggle, and it's stopped paying attention to you, but you're in one of its arms,
Yep.
and it's already pivoting its focus to what's going on underneath it as one of its knees just buckled. And Mister, you're up.
Mr. seeing that Switch is in a bad way is going to stop running.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna turn and yell, "Your brother would have done fucking better!" and lay down suppressive fire on his SMGs. He's gonna click down the auto fire on Jane and Fonda and just start spraying in that direction.
Oh boy, are there any rules about friendlies?
I don't
How does
give a
that
shit.
work?
He's got half cover. He's in a grapple, so he's got some, right?
Yep, totally, sure.
Why don't we? I gotta look this up. Why don't you make your attack? Or you don't even make. An
I don't
attack,
make an
right?
attack. Yeah.
It's just if they,
Yeah, they get a chance to die for cover.
you can hit everyone at fully automatic.
Okay. So they have to move to cover.
They opt
So does that mean they just choose to take the damage?
not. Correct.
Okay.
I use the claw now for protection. I'm glad it's grabbed around my torso and all the soft places of my body.
13.
Okay.
So I'm in that area too, I assume, since I'm right under it.
Yes.
So can I move to not take damage?
Yes,
Yes.
you can as well. Everybody in the area
Okay.
can move.
So I definitely
Okay. Now, I guess the question would be: do they get attacks of opportunity if you're
no,
moving?
because they have to. Their reaction is to just move, right?
Well,
They're not choosing
They're
to
opting
move.
not to move.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see why not. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. So
I do count as still dodging because
Okay.
it's not my turn yet.
Yep.
So there'll be a disadvantage.
all right.
Is
They're going to be.
this a new turn though?
It is.
But I haven't acted yet. Okay.
Correct. That's both misses.
So if it's a new turn, does that mean I have a reaction again? Or I assume that my reaction doesn't reset until my turn. Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's
Does a 16 hit, Jake?
No.
Okay. Wow. And let me just mark damage.
I do I have to go prone?
No, if you
All
can
right,
get
all
to cover, you don't have to. If you have to dive for cover,
Oh, because I have a thing when I go prone, I can choose to not be prone. Like if I go prone to
Mhm.
it. Yeah. So I don't know.
How about this, Jake? You're tangled kind of in the legs of this thing as you're kind of ducking around one of the other robots as it swings for you, trying to grapple you and cuff you. You roll off the back front of the vehicle where this thing had landed, and you have enough cover just behind the vehicle to not get shot.
Cool.
And then
Just dive for cover is for any AoE as well, so not just
Yep.
suppressive fire. Just keep going.
that brings us to Yuri. You're kind of now.
Yeah.
You had this brilliant kind of exit strategy, probably from training, and you pivot at the entrance to this alleyway,
Yeah.
only to see kind of mayhem behind you as everyone's diving for cover, and Mister is spraying full auto rounds at everyone and everything.
Yuri will sling the SMG behind him. He's assuming the big fucker has some armor, so he's going to pull his he has his hard case also on his back when he jumped out, and puts it on the ground, quickly assembles it. His sniper rifle leans up against the wall and is going to try to take a shot. I don't know if you give
Okay.
if you want me to take an action for that or a bonus action to put it together.
Yeah, let's say it's a bonus action to put it together.
Okay. So he leans it up against the wall and is going to take a shot on the big fucker.
Go for it.
12.
That's a miss.
Yep.
That familiar shot, though, to all of you, that crack kind of rings out. And Surat, you're up.
So they're all kind of bunched up together now.
Yes. You're kind of hunched below the vehicle, and the kind of the ensuing full auto fire. You notice that while they didn't take cover, they did raise their like limbs to kind of block any excessive damage to some of their vital areas.
Okay.
But they are now going to kind of relocate you.
I'm going to try something crazy.
Okay, go for it.
And I'll describe it after we see if it works.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to trip the big robot.
Okay.
And I will describe how I do that if I
Sure.
succeed.
Yep.
I've got a really good bonus on this.
Okay.
So it's an opposed athletics check.
Okay. I rolled an 18.
I rolled a 12, which is a 20.
I got a 25.
Fuck. So here's what I was trying to do.
Sure.
I saw the way that other one cuffed Switch.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to run up to the one that charged in its legs, and I'm going to grab that cable and try to extend it and try to pull that cable around the big one's leg.
What I will say, because the other one had speared tackled one of his legs, I will say that you're able to latch it to one, but not two. So
Okay.
that'll keep that kind of continuing disadvantage for him.
You hear Switch say, "The legs, really?"
Yeah. You want to get down or what? And then I'm gonna like kind of try to hide behind its legs, but still trying to keep the attention of that one that just attacked.
Sure. The big guy. The massive robot now, in one hand, raises Switch up and just throws him into the asphalt. He sees you as neutralized, and he's putting you down.
About to be.
So to speak.
Yeah, it might be a party wipe.
Minimum damage. He does 8 damage to you.
That would have put me in there.
Excuse me, 6 damage. And he's going to make a grab for you, Jake,
Ooh.
with his other attack. A miss as well.
I'll redirect him at the one that's down at his legs.
Okay. He has to technically hit, or is...
No, it just hit. It just automatically hits.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Monks, man. and I get to do a trip attack after this. Like whenever I redirect.
Max damage. It
Wow.
grabs. It just misses you as it kind of plows through the air and hits the other one full in the chest and crushes it simultaneously, and the light fades immediately.
I grab onto that now disconnected arm with the cable on it, and I just pull, because I get a free trip attack
Yep, go for
when
it.
I redirect. So rolled up. That's better. 24.
He did worse. 19.
Okay.
He's tripped.
Yeah. The big one it kind of leans and like binds as it tries to like pull tight. And what ends up happening is your strength is really no match for it. But what happens is the cable tethered to the other robot binds in its legs. And so it kind of flexes once and goes taut and then falls to the side off of the side of the vehicle.
Nice.
There is one robot left. He's on the far side of the vehicle. Devin, Switch is now been slammed into the ground. The other robot is going to run towards you, Mister. And you can see on like kind of the whole hand, each hand is, you can kind of see electricity arc between the fingertips. And you know that it is making a rush to grab you and use its taser attack.
Does it have to run past me? Does it move closer to me to pass me?
Sure.
I'm going. So here's what happens when Switch is slammed to the ground. He all the air leaves his body, and then he like looks confused, and he's like patting around his suit. His arms are still tethered to his body, and then this jumpsuit just inflates. I need that robot that moves closer to me to
Yeah.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. 11.
It's a fail.
What on earth happens?
Is this a mastermind move?
Yeah, this is a mastermind. I lured you into danger. So it's going to take 10 damage.
Okay.
It falls prone and has 0 speed.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Wow.
That lightning discharges right near his head, but this suit just like inflates, even like around this cable. Or is the cable not being pulled taut anymore?
The cable is already taut.
Okay.
The one around you mean?
Yeah.
Yours has kind of been bound and cinched, almost like a zip tie,
Yep.
and which has left it detached from the robot previously.
Cool.
But what you did, because you did electrical damage, they can do short. It's called short circuit. When a robotic officer takes at least 10 electrical damage from one source, it suffers disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the end of its next turn. It careens kind of sideways and stumbles after this attack. So, Matt, you are free and clear, and we're at the top of the round with Switch. Back to you.
They're both on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do we run or do we fuck them? I think Mister's about to decide.
Why don't we can say Switch? Do you want to? Is there another action you want to try to pull off?
Oh, that was my reaction.
Okay.
On when the thing moved.
Yep.
But yeah, on my turn, I think, because I go. Do I go before?
Yep. You're top of the round.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going. That inflation has sort of risen me up, and then I'm like, fucking busted ass suit, and then he hits something else, and it starts to deflate. And he's gonna start running.
Okay.
This thing sort of drags like behind him, and then it just pulls up tight to his body.
You look like sort of an awkward penguin.
Yep,
That's
waddling.
very, well, you're running kind of full speed, but your arms are pinned to your side.
Yeah.
And that brings us to Mister.
I can't fucking believe that shit worked. Mister's gonna turn and start making his way out of there.
You pivot. You can see behind you is where Yuri has kind of posted up on that corner with his rifle, and you can kind of turn, and in this round you can make it to him easily. And that brings us to big guy. You all can hear kind of the strain of metal and the snap, and then the heavy mechanized kind of thud as the legs kind of reassert itself, and it finds its balance again and begins to rise from behind the vehicle. Surratt.
It's standing now.
It is. You rolled a nat 20 to stand.
Oh, you don't have to roll usually to stand up.
Well, to break the bonds, it used a strength check.
Nat 20 with disadvantage.
I rolled 2 20s.
Damn.
Hopefully you used them up.
Yep.
I'm engaged with it again.
You are not engaged with it,
Okay.
but it is now active again.
Then I'm gonna run.
Yep.
I'm gonna double.
Yep. You're free and clear.
To where Yuri is.
Okay. After that, it's both the smaller bots. The one that you had struck, Devin, with your inflatable.
It's Cloud brand safety suit.
Excellent. Is struggling to stand, but it will be active after this round, and then it's top of the round again.
Well, Yuri gets to go, right?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yep.
Covering fire.
Yeah, because Switch is still not into the alleyway yet, right? He's still like middle of the road or something.
Yep.
Okay. Yuri is going to hoping that his guesswork is right, that the alley's too small for the big one. He's going to take aim at the smaller one and try to disable it.
Yep.
17 to hit.
That will do it.
8 damage.
You needed 6.
Nice.
PV4 damage.
Shoot.
That'll do it. A hole opens up through the chest of this thing, and it falls.
Hurry, let's go. Switch, hurry it up. Hop faster.
Get into the chopper.
The 4 of you are able to pile into this alleyway, and you can hear the larger Repo bot as it makes its way to the entrance. It tries a few attempts, obviously, to make its way through, and then quickly moves past the alley. So the 4 of you are now on foot in what's still considered a more industrial area. So there's not a lot of traffic. There's not a lot of crowds to disappear into. What's your plan?
I like lean against the alley wall, and then I kind of slide down to like the ground, like breathing heavy. I'm pretty beat up from the fight with Goro.
Yuri pulls out a knife and tries to cut through the bond that is on Switch. His machete, in fact.
You end up actually being able to pry the lock mechanism before cutting through the material, and you're able to kind of bust that, and Switch, you are once again free.
We need a safe house. We can't go to my place. They know who I am. They're probably already there.
You probably don't have a fucking place anymore.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably glass.
How far away is Ether?
Switch looks up and looks around. Not far. But I'm slowing down. It's
no time to slow down, Switch. We need to get out of here in one piece.
okay. That way. He's sort of holding his side, and he points.
Try to avoid any of those billboards, any cars or cameras. They obviously are tapped in.
Yeah, I put my hood back up.
Switch will probably give him the direction, but Yuri is going to try to go ahead and be kind of do his scout job, basically.
Yeah, Switch is it's right near the old hospital in one of the low buildings.
And part of the reason is he is legally dead, so any of the cameras or advertisements won't pick him up. So he's going to make sure will avoid any of that.
Mm-hmm.
He's off the grid.
What do you have for security, Devin?
I have a +8. I'm expertise.
What do you make a security roll for me?
12.
It's probably something that all of you kind of are generally aware of. There were, as you remember, a lot of cameras at the Coliseum. So the footage has probably been scrubbed, and at the very least, Surratt is the most obvious, followed by Mr., because he was firing weapons, and then third would be you, Switch, at the console. Likely found maybe last. Yuri, it's probably likely that they never saw actual footage of him.
Yeah, and the public footage would probably just be Rat and maybe Mister, like people watching or whatever, taking
correct,
vids.
and it would be a little while before they probably figured out that the terminal had been breached.
Yeah.
The one in Guru's office. So, in terms of public eye, it's probably Surratt and Mister that have the most notoriety at the moment.
I'll take off my hoodie and I'll offer it to Mister. Hey, put this on. Hood's up. Think you two got a lot of airtime.
Fuck's it smell like piss for?
Because you're wearing it. Shut up.
The four of you, through kind of a more slower route, are able to get to a busier part of the city. And from there, you can do one of two options. You can probably take public transport, which you're less likely to be spotted by the advertising as they're not on that. Or you could cough up the money and hire a combat cab. Combat cabs are actual secure cab services that offer both privacy and backup in the event that you need to go somewhere that is difficult to get to.
Those combat cabs are a lot of eddies.
Yeah, it's going to burn into the profits here.
We don't even know what we have.
Rat, you're going to need some more clothes. You got spray paint all over you.
I'm gonna need more than clothes. You see like blood dripping down my nose.
Yeah.
There's a variety of different options. You can try to check into a clinic. That might garner unwanted attention. You could also, sometimes there are what they call
Ripper Doc.
There's Ripper Docs, yes. And there's Vendits. Vendits are essentially vending machines that sell just about anything. And there are ones that have a variety of stim packages for supplemental healing.
We're on our way to this club still, right?
Yep.
All right. I'm kind of just keeping an eye out for one.
Okay. As you work through, you guys end up taking a few different buses. Bus routes and public transportation is kind of iffy in the city because there are combat zones where they won't go. So you kind of sometimes will have to get on a bus to go to one part of the city to then kind of backtrack to another in order to work your way around some of the more violent areas of the night city. But through the process, you are able to identify a few vendits that have the stims that you need and probably a change of clothes as well before you get to Ether.
One of these little areas with the vending machines, Switch comes out of a little like convenience store with some instant noodles.
And actually, I just want to read what's in some of these vendits. Let's see.
Ammunition
Ammunition and weapons are an option.
Oh, I need ammo.
That'll be available here next year. Don't worry.
There are some that have pet wigs. Wigs for your pets.
Pet wigs.
Balls of lettuce. Flying fish soup. Vat-grown seafood. Canned smells. Live rhinoceros beetles. Paper cosplay costumes. Bizarre capsule toys. Used panties.
I'll take one of
Can you get me paper clothes? Oh, I hate paper clothes.
I used to go paper for a while. It's not bad.
Putting on my paper clothes. And I look at like the blue wig. Say, is this for a dog?
Probably fit you.
It's definitely for a poodle.
I put it on.
The paper clothes itch, but you've been here before.
Before I do that,
Mm-hmm.
I say, hold on. I throw the wig back at you. Say, one sec. Give me that phone.
He takes out his agent.
I go stand against like a very nondescript wall, and I'm gonna make a video with my agent and upload it for anyone who wants to see it.
You have a kind of a Screamer web page where you can update on your art.
I say, I want a rematch against that little bitch, Goru. Goru, you want your phone back? Well, guess what? Everyone's going to find out what's on here. Yeah, we know all about your kitty porn obsession.
Oh, my.
And then end it.
Wow.
You know, Rat, when Baron said we need to keep a low profile and keep him out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Now he thinks that I'm after something else. He doesn't realize that what I'm really looking for.
All right. Sure.
You hit send, and you know You think for a second like it might have been too much, but then you're confident you did the right thing.
You can keep that.
It's not on here? You take it off?
What do you mean? He taps his head.
Oh.
The four of you are kind of standing around kind of discussing this, and you know that probably one more bus ride away and you'll be at Ether.
Come on, here it is. Let's go.
Devin, what does Ether look like?
I know what the outside of Ether looks like.
Yeah, hit me.
It's actually underneath the old hospital. It's that parking garage that you sort of drive down underneath. Except it's there's big chain iron fences and things like that. It looks like there's construction going on in like the parking lot outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just have to sort of weave your way into the back of this garage where like the security office was. And there's this pink neon sign with like the letters are these screens, and it's just constantly bubbling and popping. And it just says Ether. And there's music coming from the inside, but it's just these sort of it's just these bass notes. You can sort of feel it in the floor as you walk in.
Descending into Ether. Ether is both a nightclub, I think, for DJs, but also for gaming.
Cool.
There are kind of different areas of the club as it descends into the basement levels
They do brain dancing here.
that has brain dancing, that has various forms of holographic gaming or net play as well. And then there's an entire floor dedicated to DJs dancing. So the place is alive in all the kind of ways that you would think of a cyberpunk disenfranchised populace looking for some escapism.
We're going to have to get a pod, something private.
Yeah, no problem. Go downstairs. Keep it cool. Okay, I want to come back here. He looks at Mister.
Mister's just gonna smile and flip you off.
Okay. There's dancing upstairs. Said you like to dance.
He's a real twinkle toes.
Come on.
When he said let's dance, I don't think that's what he meant.
Yeah, you told me to keep it cool, and then you tell me to go fucking dancing.
You fought a guy in the middle of his own. Oh, okay. We lay low here for a while. Get something to eat. We relax. The pods are private.
You are able to kind of negotiate in one of the gaming floors for pretty short money a private room with a port where you can jack into the net. And it costs a little extra to have your friends, quote unquote, in there with you. But the four of you kind of shuffle your way into this rather tight, confined space. There are screens almost covering one entire wall. And there are a number of different places where you can jack in.
What about jack off?
That is completely optional.
The
Have
other
you
corner.
seen the anime? There's like random people on the street with like the jack off machine.
That's right.
Yuri takes the time to he pulls the sniper rifle out of the case and starts to just clean it as part of his like ritual after some fighting.
So Dan, mechanical question for you.
Yeah, healing.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking since we're using the everyday hero system,
Yep.
and which is D&D, which would technically allow you to just spend hit dice during a short rest.
You got it.
Do you want to say that basically the stims and stuff you get from like the vending machines kind of allows you to do that?
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So let's go there.
Yeah.
So you guys can roll as many hit dice as you have because you guys are level 4, right?
Are we 4 or 3? I don't remember.
4.
I didn't write that down.
4.
All right. So I'm going to spend some because
Sure.
I have 8 hit points currently. Wow. I need some help.
A better DM would have checked his players' hit points before throwing them into combat, but
With
Hey, that was good.
3 killer robots.
I got 31.
Yeah, I'm full.
yeah, he did all the dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm back at full. Yeah. So
you guys sort of almost decamp in this place. It's the first place you've really had a chance to have a breather without others observing you. You've been on the street kind of collecting changes of clothes, stims, food, that kind of stuff. But now you have your own private space again. Devin Switch has jacked into the terminal, and he's starting to navigate his way through and work with the files that he has.
I have a window open of Livewire's stream just because he likes to keep his finger on the button, you know?
You see him interviewing people at the Coliseum.
Cool.
Asking who they saw, what happened, why it happened, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
He's rooting through the crowd. He's speaking to a representative at the Coliseum, trying to get details.
No questions, no comment.
That kind of stuff. And then Yuri, you're kind of sitting in the back there, going through your sniper rifle, cleaning the barrel, making sure everything is intact and ready to be reassembled. And Surat, you've torn open some of the stim packages, and you've placed various kind of
Patches or something.
adhesive
Yeah.
bandages all over your body.
Yeah.
You've cracked open a consumable that you kind of pound back,
Some sort of like pouch,
Mhm.
protein pouch or something.
like
and-
the equivalent of a banana bag,
Yeah.
maybe.
As I'm like laying there on the ground, I look over at Mister. I say, I kind of like the blue hair. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? It looks like goddamn cotton candy, but if that's your fucking thing, that's cool. That's cool.
Did you grab a Canyon Dew, any chance?
Canyon Dew?
Yeah. I'm thirsty.
Oh, I don't think I should go out there.
Yeah, go to the bar.
I'll get it.
Wait, isn't there a? Can't you just order it to the pod?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
No,
Send Yuri. No one knows him.
we don't want anyone coming in here. He kind of sets the rifle down on the seat and gets up and goes to the bar to get some drinks.
Give me a Paloma.
Paloma, sure.
Paloma, he drinks Palomas.
Devin,
Yeah.
what kind of role should Switch make in order to break into this encryption?
Probably computers.
Okay.
Or security. I don't know which one would be if there is countermeasures or things like that.
Let's do computers.
Okay.
Your security roles have been.
I think
I got a
security's-
1 on the dice.
Oh, God.
Ooh, okay.
7. I got a 7. That's a 7 total.
All right.
We're gonna be here for a while.
Yep.
Actually, probably the opposite.
Cool.
Oh,
So what's going to happen? I'm going to give
With a
you
1,
the location,
Okay.
but that information has come at the cost of it pinging back
Yep.
to their security forces, the insurance company,
Yep.
Repo Insurance.
As you're doing this and we don't know what you're doing, I say, no, Switch, you're not so bad. I think maybe. I mean, I'm thinking probationary status. What do you think, mister? Probationary edge runner status.
I think it's a little soon. He kind of just fucking dipped and left us.
He got the phone.
Windows applications start closing on the screen, and he's like, "Oh yeah, cool. All right, I got it. Let's go."
That was
So
quick.
Yep.
I don't know if this is done. I like peel off part of the patch.
It's not.
No, you want to leave those on for a few hours, but I think we just grab Yuri and we just go.
Depending on his insurance package, you
Yeah.
have between 3 and 10 minutes.
We should just get out of here. Maybe grab. I mean, I have some Eddies honestly in the pack. We grab one of those combat cabs. We get out of here. We're good to go.
What?
Like now.
I need a drink.
What did you do?
There was black ice on the program.
Oh fuck!
It let
You're
me.
paying for the combat cab.
I got the information we need. Job's done. But we just got to go.
Stop talking. Let's fucking go.
Oh
Okay.
man, this would not have happened. Not have happened with your brother.
Nope, it's Preem. We got the information. We got exactly what we need. We go.
The three of you are already out of the.
Yuri realizes they all left my sniper rifle on the chair.
You're
and he's
holding a
going
bunch of
back in
drinks.
and
You're
grabbing
holding a
it.
bunch of drinks, and you see them all piling out of
Oh no,
the little private area.
Mister would have grabbed your rifle.
Okay.
He,
Okay.
he respects a firearm.
But what he doesn't do is hide it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So he's
People are like,
carrying your rifle
Fully assembled.
fully assembled
Yeah.
through the crowd now. People are parting, but there's no panic,
Yeah.
so to speak. There's
I'm not pointing at
the-
anyone.
Yeah, the dangerous end is pointed up. It's
That's
fine.
Fair. But yeah, you guys pile out of there. And as you hit the street and you hire a combat cab this time, as you're pulling away from Ether, you can see kind of in the distance flashing lights as they descend on Ether. And that's where we'll stop.
Yes.
All right.
Sick.
Thank you for listening to Red Rising, a cyberpunk misadventure. Of course, we are forever grateful if you can leave us a review or, if you have a chance, share our stories with others, whether it's on socials, subreddits, a bullhorn, or a whispered secret. Check out our website for all your burning questions and eager updates. And don't forget, we have a separate D&D podcast because we're super nerds. Our intro music was a Wilhelm Scream. The theme song is Neon Drifter by Antti Martikainen. All scores by Antti Martikainen and Data Soundscapes. Their YouTube channel is Spacewave CR. Check them out. Thanks for listening. Don't forget, hack the planet.
That's nasty.
I like it. Switch is like, job's done. We're going to go back to Baron, right? Nope.
Maybe they're like Switch imagines the like the lights, and then there's just this ringing in his ear. It's just like ringing and ringing and ringing as he's like, his eyes are wide. He's ringing his hands. And then we like zoom out of the car, and you hear the ringing is also coming from Ether, where someone pulled the fire alarm, and people are beginning to shovel outside.
They're going to be able to track Switch wherever he goes just by pulling fire alarms.
It's all the fire alarm. Just Safeguard Systems has this dude's like fingerprints on every single one of their devices.